I'm Dr. Patrick Andersen of Madison Maximize Living. If you'd like a series of helpful exercises for improving your spine and helping limit and prevent injuries, this show is for you. Today we're going to cover 10 daily exercises to help your spine. In the first several sections, we're going to explain why each exercise is important. In the last segment, we're actually going to do a live demonstration for you to follow along. I encourage you to record this and follow along on a regular basis. Stay tuned as co-host Stacy Hansen and I cover Dr. Pat's daily top 10 exercises.
Welcome back to Maximize Living with Dr. Patrick Andersen. We're talking about your daily spinal exercises today to keep your spine healthy. So let's talk about why it's so important to do these.
Absolutely. Well, the spine doesn't get good movement throughout the day necessarily, certainly not a full range of motion. And what better way to start your day than to properly warm up your spine? It helps prevent injuries, gets better circulation into your discs, and warms up the tiny, short little muscles in your spine. There's 6 layers of muscles, and this warms them up. We call it the price tag for the day. Don't leave your bedroom without doing these for most people. Obviously, if you have pain and they bother you, don't do them and talk to your doctor.
Are those probably your main precautions, just if people are having pain?
Yeah, exactly. And one of the great things about these is they're pretty scalable. If they're easy, we can make them a little harder pretty easily.
And now when do you want to do these? Pretty much just in the morning?
First thing in the morning, you know, it's restroom and back and sit on the end of your bed and start the exercises.
And start doing them. So I noticed these first 3 are kind of like range of motion type exercises.
Yeah, exactly. Let's start. The first one is a neck extension, where you put the hands behind your head.
Okay.
And then stretch upwards to the ceiling, stretching chin and elbows to the ceiling. This is good for reversing the roundness in the back and getting a good curve in the neck. And we hold that for 5 seconds.
Okay.
The next one is a spinal twist, where you put your arms up here like this.
All right, so we're far enough apart
Keep a
here.
good arch in your back and try not to elbow each other. And then rotate like this. It's pretty much a fluid movement, turning your head as far as you can. And if for any reason you get dizzy, then you just stop your head in the center.
I remember we did some of these preparing for sleep and rest, so it's a good thing to do night and morning. Good.
And the next one is the side bend, where we tip sideways as far as you can.
Okay.
Tipping each way. And we're gonna, when we do the full set, we'll do 20 reps. But that's how that one works. Now number 4 is a knee to chest stretch.
Okay.
So if you wouldn't mind, lie right on your back.
Okay.
And this is helpful for the upper hamstring. So we pull like this, and we hold for 20 to 30 seconds. And then switch legs. The next one is hamstring stretches. And the hamstrings are so important because they attach to the bottom of the hip. And if you have tight hamstrings, it holds your hips too firm. They won't flex. The pelvis won't flex when you bend. Normally you bend, your lumbar spine moves and your pelvis flexes. But if they're tight here, the lumbar spine does too much work and it strains the back. So hamstring stretches are really important, but generally toe touches are hard on the back. So this hamstring stretch is a great way to do it without straining yourself too much. And put the hands behind your knees and then point your heel towards the ceiling. And we hold that for 20 to 30 seconds. And we'll be right back with more.
Have your questions for Dr. Pat answered on an episode of Maximize Living. Send your email to drpat@wi57.tv.
Welcome back to Maximize Living with Dr. Patrick Andersen. We're talking about exercises for your spine today. We've already gotten going on these. We've done some twists and we did some hamstring stretches. So what comes next after that?
Next, if you don't mind, lie on your back. This is one of my favorite ones. It's called a lumbar twist exercise. You put your spine up, your legs up at a 90-degree angle. Typically you do this on the floor, so just kind of hold on to the bench there.
I'll try to
And then what you do is you roll your legs one way, try to touch the floor, and your head the opposite way. And you can do this fairly rhythmically back and forth. This is great movement for the spine, and it's great abdominal exercise as well. Great. And the next one is called a pelvic lift. I love this exercise because it's hard to exercise the back without hurting it sometimes. There's many exercises people do.
I believe it, yeah.
To hurt their back. This one is quite safe, but again, if you have discomfort with any of these, stop. Ask your doctor. This one's a pelvic lift where you lift your hips up in the air. And when we do the video, go ahead and go down. And just go up and down. When we do the video, we're going to do 20 reps of these, and then we're going to make it more fun by raising one leg an inch off the table.
Okay.
And then push. And you'll see it's a lot harder.
Yeah, you feel it a lot more.
But it really builds good core strength in your back then.
Right.
So those are pelvic lifts. Next one is sit-ups. The abdominal muscles are only several inches from your spine, and they cover half to 2/3 of your back. So abs are just the front of a spinal problem. So we want to strengthen the abdominal muscles to support like a belt, a weightlifter's belt around your spine. So, but a full sit-up, if you come all the way up, tends to strain the lower back. So we like a partial sit-up where we just reach towards the knees, about where you 30-degree angle. Come on up and just kind of touch your knees and then go back down. There's a crunch. There you go. And you're doing it perfectly with the head as well. You're going up. We don't really like it when people pull on their head because that tends to cause issues with the neck, and they tend to do more of a neck yank than a sit-up.
Yank themselves up on their head.
So those are crunchies, and we'll be doing those. And the next one is the side bridge. So if you wouldn't mind going on your side. And as you begin this one, you can start by going up, bridging from your knees. Good, and we'd hold that 15 to 60 seconds. But our goal then is to get to your feet. So you can hold your legs straight out and bridge there. Now, for any reason you have trouble with your shoulders here, you can use this arm to give you some more bracing. So we'd go to a front plank and then the opposite plank as well. Then if you'd go face down, or face down, hands and knees. First. And then the last one is to simply reach out with your arm, opposite arm and leg. So it's a great balance test. It's great for the lower back. It's great for the upper back as we go back and forth. And when we come back, we're going to do our daily top 10. I recommend recording it and following through on many days of your life.
Have your questions for Dr. Pat answered on an episode of Maximize Living. Send your email to drpat@wi57.tv.
Welcome back to Maximize Living with Dr. Patrick Andersen. We're now ready to do Dr. Pat's daily top 10 exercises. These help your spine.
These help your spine, they increase your muscularity, they're something to really help you throughout the day. So let's get started. And this is real time. This is what we'd love you to follow along with us, even record it so it helps you on a daily basis. So the first one is the neck extension exercises. And we put the hands behind the head, stretch to the ceiling, stretching chin and elbows to the ceiling, hold for a count of 5, and relax. And again, stretch, 3, 4, 5, and relax. You'll feel this pulling all the way down your spine. Again, you're not pulling on your neck, it's really more of a stretch. And back, and relax. And last rep, stretch back, and relax. And these are often done right on the end of your bed. Next one is a spinal rotation. So we put the arms up here and start rotating, 20 reps. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Free-flowing movement. If you get dizzy, leave your head in the center. And 20, I think.
There, we didn't hit each other. I was trying to say time.
Next one's a side bend like this. And this is particularly good for the mid-back and neck. You want to relax your neck and mid-back as you do this. So, yep, good. You're doing that very well. So it's not your arms moving, it's your spine moving.
And your side. Feel it in your side.
You feel it. It's great for the muscles on the side. And just a couple more. And 20. Good. That's 3 of our 10 exercises done already. Next, we're going to move our chairs out of the way a little bit.
Now things get serious.
Yes. Now you get to lay down. I like any exercise you can lay down, Stacy.
I'll take you up on that.
And then this one's a knee to chest stretch. So what you simply do is pull the knee to the chest and hold that for 20 seconds. So it's good for the upper hamstring. And you can do several sets of these if you like on each leg. And switch legs. Pull, hold that 20 seconds. You'll feel the stretch in the hips and in the back of the hamstring. And 20. All right, our next exercise is a hamstring stretch. So we pull the leg up in the air like this and straighten to the best of your ability. And hold that, pointing the heel, hold that for 20 seconds. 20 or 30 seconds seems to be the best stretch. You can always come back and do that leg again.
I like this better than some of our other exercises. This is really
anything you can lay
relaxing.
down, yeah.
Yeah.
In weightlifting, I always like the bench press because I can lay down.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to look forward
Hold that as best you can. You'll feel tension in the hamstring muscle, and just let that tension work and unwind the tight hamstrings. Tight hamstrings are a chronic problem for people.
from all that sitting, I guess.
A lot, sitting has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
And relax. The next one is a lumbar twist, where we bring the knees into a chair position and then roll the legs back and forth with your arms out. This is one of my all-time favorites. Turning your head the opposite way. Once in a while you may hear a little crepitus in your back from doing this. That's all right. And try to hold your legs at 90.
Oh, yeah.
Knees at 90.
I always lose that.
And to talk and count at the same time is not necessarily the easiest thing. You will wander or walk around on the carpet with this one too. It does drag you around a little bit. And that's 20. Next one is a pelvic lift. This is one of my favorites because it's a great back exercise without hurting the lower back. So in this one, we lift up the hips and we'll go up and down for 20 reps. Obviously, if any of these hurt, don't do them. I particularly like this for giving strength in the low back erector muscles.
Now are we lifting up 1 foot off the floor?
We're going to do that as soon as we hit 20.
Oh, okay. Spoiler alert.
Yep. That was a little too easy. Now we're warmed up. Raise one leg an inch off the floor, and let's do 20. Now this might be hard for some of you, so either take it as a rest or do a few more double-legged. But when you have this is a test I use in the office. If someone can do this without a lot of wobbling, I know they've got good core strength. And then switch legs. How you doing, Stacey?
You're supposed to feel it in your thigh? That's right. I kind of feel
Some
it.
people will get a cramp in their hamstring. You got to just reposition your foot.
Oh, okay. Does it have to be closer to you or further out?
Further out.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's better.
And the key with this one is don't hike the leg. Try to keep it within an inch of your knee so you aren't just doing a hip hike. Okay, feel that one, Stacey?
Yeah, I do.
Isn't that a good one?
Uh-huh.
All right. The next one we have is abdominal crunches. So we're a full sit-up will hurt your back, so we do a crunch sit-up, lifting your head more towards the ceiling and just touch your knees. And we'll just do 30 of these. And there's a lot of variations of these that can be done. This is a nice, easy way. Too many people hold onto their head and they end up pulling on their neck too much. So this is a nice way to take the head out of it. You actually get a good workout on your neck, just holding your head.
Yeah, I really feel it in my neck.
And just a few more. And that's the rhythm we typically do that one. All right. Now, another favorite is a side bridge. This is number 9 of 10. You're almost there. On this one, we're going to hold a plank position. So you go up and hold that plank as high as you can. Try not to sag too much. And we're just going to do it for about 15 or 20 seconds. And then we're going to go to a double plank and then do the opposite side. you'll do some wobbling on this one. If your shoulder hurts, it's good to just support it a little bit with your wrist. Okay, now let's go do a front plank. Doing this one will give you a strong back. That really works well.
I've heard these are good just for overall body strength as well.
Oh, absolutely. Real good core stabilizer without causing much difficulty. And that's close enough. And let's go to the opposite side. And hold that plank position. One side may do better than another side. Typically, when you have a curvature in your spine, one side may be stronger. So this really helps. It works a muscle called the quadratus lumborum, runs from the hip to the last rib on the down side, and that really helps with curvatures in the back. All right, and lastly, number 10 of our daily top 10 is spinal extensions. On this one, we go to the hands and knees and raise opposite arm and leg and hold out for about a second. And we'll do 20. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And if those get easy for you, you can always put ankle weights on. Or if you're lucky enough to have animals or kids around, they'll make it difficult by sitting on you while you do them. I've done push-ups and side bridges when my kids were little, sitting on me. That would make it a little more challenging, but they love it.
I bet they love it. That's fun for them.
So that's our daily top 10. We recommend these just about every day. You can do them every day. They're a great spinal warm-up. There are other exercises that are more specific. These are the great general warm-ups to start your day. Under doctor's care, there's a few others we'd add that are specifically right for your spine. So thank you for watching.
Your questions for Dr. Pat answered on an episode of Maximize Living. Send your email to drpat@wi57.tv.
Thank you for watching Maximize Living and our daily top 10 exercises. I hope you found them helpful and encouraging to get moving for a better spine and nervous system. One of the best things you can do for a better spine and nervous system is have a chiropractic checkup. Have your posture, range of motion, strength, leg length, and other tests done to determine if your spine is functioning properly. Call 608-833-1282 for a checkup today. For Maximize Living, I'm Dr. Patrick Andersen. Until next time, live well and God bless.
Have your questions for Dr. Pat answered on an episode of Maximize Living. Send your email to drpat@wi57.tv.